My dear child, pause for a moment, not to rest, but to notice that this moment is extraordinary. This isn't just another passage or a comforting word. This is a sacred moment, one written for you long before your life began. You were meant to hear this. You didn't arrive here by accident. I'm calling you to stand still in this holy hour. Right now, I bring a season of release. This isn't about temporary comfort, it's a heavenly intervention. I'm reaching into the hidden parts of you, the spaces you've tried to fill with effort or logic, but still feel empty. That emptiness isn't failure, it's an invitation for me to fill you completely. I see where you run out of breath, the dreams tucked away, the prayers unspoken, the wounds that made your soul shrink. I will pour into those places of fullness only heaven can give, peace where there was fear, clarity where there was confusion, abundance where there was lack, strength where there was discouragement. This isn't about patching your life, it's about transforming it. This season of release removes what has held you back and unveils what was always yours. The fullness of heaven begins to flow quietly, powerfully, unstoppable. And this release is just the beginning. I am repositioning you within the blueprint I wrote for your life before you were formed. For years, you've lived smaller than your true self, not by choice, but because life forced you to adapt and survive rather than rise. You stayed silent when you could have spoken, endured what wasn't yours, and dimmed your light to keep the peace. From this moment, I return you to the true axis of your soul. I don't just correct direction, I restore your essence, your lost strength, and your clarity of vision. Your worth is clear, your steps steady, and every word I speak over your life now resounds louder than ever. Your mission is not small or temporary. You were made to leave a mark not of fame, but of light, life, and transformation. The presence you carry shifts atmospheres, reveals truth, and shakes what is dark. This calling was placed in you long ago. Are you ready to carry it fully, without fear? This moment isn't just a milestone, it's the unsealing of a new chapter I've prepared for you. Everything before now wasn't failure, but alignment for the path ahead. You endured breaking so I could rebuild, silence so your ears could hear, and lack so your heart could expand to receive fullness. Right now, you are standing in a moment of eternal wait. Remain here, for I have deeper things to unfold. This isn't just an invitation, you are summoned, called to the position that bears your name, written by my hand before time began. You've arrived exactly when you were meant to. Every promise over your life is now moving from seed to reality. Nothing can block or delay what I have ordained. You are entering this season not by your effort, but because the covenant over your life is being opened. It is stronger than fear, deeper than your wounds, wider than every limitation. In this release, I do more than remove, I impart. I do more than close doors, I open new ones. I bring you from lack into the flow of abundance created just for you. You don't need to manufacture it, it's already yours. That responsibility belongs to me. Your role is simple, stand in the right place and let my living stream flow through you, like a waterfall at the exact appointed season. What I'm doing now isn't comfort, it's the reconstruction of your reality. I am reshaping how you see, receive, and operate. I am breaking down low thinking to place within you the mindset of a covenant bearer. A covenant bearer doesn't live in fear, smallness, or shadows. They follow truth, divine leading, and my word, not public opinion or old wounds. These truths are being fastened into your soul as foundation stones for your new chapter. Every area of lack has reached its limit, not of endurance, but of replacement. Lack of placement becomes divine positioning. Lack of love becomes support flowing from my presence. Lack of direction becomes clarity as bright as morning light. Lack of covering becomes armor shaped by my hand. Lack of voice becomes authority that opens doors. This abundance doesn't drip in slowly, it floods. It doesn't just soothe emotions, it transforms. It reshapes you into the form I wrote for you in the eternal covenant. You are no longer the one lost, fighting to survive, or stepping in uncertainty. You are being lifted into the fullness of your destiny. You are being repositioned into the place I envisioned for you before anyone ever formed an opinion about you. I see you according to my design, not the projections of others. When I position you, every other definition loses power. When I speak, every false voice is silenced. When I open a door, nothing can close it, and I push you through with support no one can hinder. The hidden blueprint I wrote for you only unfolds after your soul has been refined. What felt like regression was preparation, loss was purification, silence was alignment. Now your design is being unveiled, and every realm adjusts to welcome your steps. Your calling is moving off the page and into reality. Your heart will feel sharper, quieter, clearer, not by your effort, but by covenant. When I declare, it manifests. When I promise, it stands. Everything I wrote about you is shifting from prophecy into reality. You are not entering a normal chapter, you are stepping into an appointed chapter: abundance, clarity, deep restoration, awakened authority, and alignment with the true axis of spiritual influence. This is not a turning point. This is a seal. Once a seal has descended, nothing can erase it from your life. In this moment, I am not just declaring what is open, I am giving you the strategic map to step into this new chapter with clarity and purpose. You no longer guess what I desire. The sky over your life is clear, and if you pause even for a single breath, direction will rise from within. I am giving you discernment to sense spiritual movements before natural eyes can see them. You will not follow chaos, you will follow the rhythm I set. This is not about emotion, it is a map drawn in wisdom, guiding your steps quietly but surely. You will read people, environments, and doors opening or closing. One who carries a calling does not walk blindly, they walk with foresight. I am upgrading your soul so past burdens no longer hold you back. Fragile emotions will be replaced by steadfast peace. Doubts will dissolve in the presence of the truth I planted within you. Deceptive whispers will no longer define your steps. You are now on a higher plane, discerning what to keep and what to release. Your thinking is elevated to strategic vision, seeing beyond the surface, stepping in timing, speaking words that shift atmospheres. This is your new operating level. You do not do more, but you do what is right. I am placing within your soul a new strategy for relationships. I will bring people into your life whose spirits resonate with your purpose, not loud voices, but those with pure motives and stable hearts. I will remove connections that no longer serve this chapter, not to make you lonely, but to position you in the right formation. One who carries a mission cannot walk alone, but they also cannot walk with everyone. Every person in this season will either lift you higher or add unnecessary weight. I give you discernment to know who can come near, who must remain distant, and who walks only a short stretch. This is not coldness, it is heaven's protection. I am also opening strategies for your work, direction, and the doors I desire you to enter. No more trial and error, every step will be led by instruction. Sensitivity will rise within you, sensitivity to timing, opportunities, and the movements behind the invisible veil. Your thinking will be sharpened so you see beyond appearances to the truth beneath. Your path will be precise, not rushed. Walk in the rhythm I set, and every effort will feel lighter. Doors will open naturally. What once felt difficult will flow effortlessly, like water down a hillside. Prophetically, your spiritual influence will unfold in 3 levels. The first is internal, strengthening and anchoring your own soul. The second is for those directly connected to your journey. Through your consistent presence, those close to you will be lifted, illuminated, and guided out of confusion. On the broader level, your words, life, and atmosphere will impact people you've never met. This is the nature of one stepping into an appointed chapter. No longer will you ask, "Am I enough?" You are enough because I called you. You are strong because I upgraded you. You are sharp because I taught you. You influence because I opened the door. I am placing a mark upon your forehead that darkness cannot touch, a mark of one who knows the path they walk and the one leading them. You will no longer wander in fog, you will walk in heaven's direction, entering battles not unprepared but carrying strategy. Within you is a focus no force can scatter, a clarity to discern every word, door, and spirit in your presence. This chapter is not just a new chapter, it is a new realm. Every part of you, heart, mind, calling, presence, will move in the rhythm heaven has written for you. Even when life felt like it was fading, I was sharpening the true shape of your soul. Holy stillness was never a place to perform, but to breathe deeper, expand wider, and receive what has always belonged to you. You do not need vigilance here. I fully guard the space where you rest. In this quiet, my life seeps into every corner that once felt dry, filling what was lacking with presence, strength, and clarity. I allow your soul to soften its breath. Only then can your mind open fully to receive the deep things I am speaking. In this peace, you will recognize the place you always belonged in my presence. Here, you don't need to prove yourself, be strong, compare, or defend. Stepping into this holy encounter isn't about tension, it's about opening. Open to receive blessings you were once too weary to carry. Open to stand firm in love you once only partially believed in. Open to release fears that blurred your vision. I want your soul to see the truth about yourself, not failure, wounds, or limitation, but the truth I wrote about you from the beginning. When you see yourself in that light, doubts will fall away naturally, like leaves from a fading season. Your soul was never weak, it was only covered by lies. Now, that brightness awakens again as naturally as the morning dawn. The emptiness you once felt no longer demands you scramble to fill it. You don't need to search for certainty, support, or understanding elsewhere. I see the times you tried and the times you condemned yourself. You are held. You are seen. You are enough. From now on, know that your fullness doesn't come from outside. It comes from me, from a covenant already sealed, from the life stream I opened, from the design I placed on you, never flawed. When fullness rises from within, you no longer depend on approval. You will stand strong, love without fear, give without worry, and walk free from scarcity. The repositioning I am doing in you is like water over stone, gentle but unstoppable, unhurried yet powerful. I am not forcing change by pressure, I am shaping you by saturation. Day by day, breath by breath, the truth about you is restored to its rightful alignment. Your responses will shift naturally. What once unsettled or diminished you will now feel light. Your soul, set on its true axis, will make right choices effortlessly. You will no longer wrestle with inner conflict, you will live in the flow of purpose. This flow is not passivity, it is harmony between your soul and my design. In this flow, your influence grows not by striving, but by standing where you belong. When you are in the place I've assigned, influence spreads naturally, like warmth from a flame. Others will sense the firmness in your words and the purity of your motives without explanation. People will sense your discernment in spaces filled with contradiction. This is the mark of one carrying the living current of heaven. You don't need to explain your strength speaks for itself. Being brought into a hidden blueprint does not mean heavy labor. I am leading you into a life that matches your soul. What once exhausted you no longer belongs to you. I call you into things that may seem large but fit the true constitution of who you are, a union of love and truth, compassion and discernment, quiet inner life and decisive courage. You were created to carry all of them. You may have questions about direction, the future, and which doors will open. Know this, it is not the doors that define you, it is you who define the doors. When your identity is aligned, every door opens in the right order. When your heart is clear, you will not choose wrongly. When your soul is at peace, distorted invitations will not pull you. I do not make you confused, I make you clear. From that clarity, your path will be smooth, like a night road without wind. Feel my protection in this new season. Before, you had to guard your heart, dreams, and values. Now, I am your covering. Nothing I have placed in you can be touched without passing through me. Nothing can harm what I am building. Nothing can blur my voice within you. Peace will remain. You no longer need to wait for signs to know if you are walking in the right direction, you are held and guided. From now on, you will sense direction before any sign appears. You don't need to rely on signals, you will live in union with me. When you walk in union, your presence becomes the testimony, your faith becomes the path, your stillness becomes the strategy, and the light in your eyes becomes evidence of alignment with heaven's flow. Old wounds will heal gently, almost unnoticed. No more long internal battles. No more wrestling with the past. I don't want you merely surviving, I want you to live. Healing from me fills what was empty like light filling a dark room. When you look back, you will see my presence in every step, every crack, every space I restored. Pain and shame will fade, replaced by grace. Your desires will rise higher, you will no longer settle for halfway things or seek acceptance from unworthy places. This is not pride, it is elevation. Your soul has been lifted, and everything within you will now choose according to that height. And know this, you are not walking this chapter alone. I have been here from the beginning, go before you, keep pace beside you, and guard you from behind. You cannot be lost. This season is not just your transformation, it is my presence walking with you every step. You cannot be misplaced. You cannot fall out of what I have ordained. You are standing in a chapter written by heaven in light, and I will continue with you to the very end of this new life. Let this moment close in the stillness I place upon your soul, not a stillness that ends, but one that sends you out with a new understanding of who you are. Everything I have spoken is not a distant promise, it is reality flowing into the deepest part of you. You do not leave this moment having merely heard a message. You leave sealed, having touched the appointed moment written in heaven. The fears that once held power no longer define you. The insufficiencies that made you shrink are no longer your story. You step forward with new eyes, a new rhythm, a new spirit, the spirit of one who knows their place, their source, and their truth. Carry this peace with you. It does not come from emotion but from my presence resting upon your life. As you walk forward, you will see that nothing I have spoken is untrue. You are not just a listener, you are chosen to live in the presence of God's Word every day.